Okay, basically here's how the board works. We got a nail over here that we can drop a spool of line on that we're using for leader material, and then just pull it off around the other nails. We've got two triangles, a small one, 1, 2, 3, for a smaller dropper loop, and then a large one, 1, 2, 3, for a larger dropper loop. And then I use, when I pull the line off of here and go around the first time, I use a chip clip to hold it snug over there, and I also use a piece of leather if I'm using real heavy line like 80 or 100 pound test to make a bottom rig with. I use the piece of leather to pull it across to straighten the line off first. Gets the twist out of the line. That's the basic board. Okay, let's try this with a piece of cord because you probably can't see monofilming in the video. Basically, you're just going to go around the 3 nails that are shaped as a triangle, like so. And then what you wind up with is you wind up with 2 pieces here, 1 piece here, and 1 piece here. Take the back piece and twist it 5 or 6 times. Once you've got it twisted to the number of times you want to twist it, take the front piece off and put it through the loop made by the twisting. When you pull this down, do not pull it at a right angle. Pull it down this way, and that'll wind up making your dropper loop much larger. Basically, that's how the board works. Okay, now that we've seen how to make a single loop, I'll show you how I make a double bottom rig. We start off at the end of the line, go around whatever pegs we want to use size-wise, and then pull the bottom end so we've got about 10 or 12 inches of slack hanging out the bottom. Twist your first loop 5 or 6 times. Pick that piece off the nail, stick it through the hole in the middle of the twist, put it back on the nail, pull it down this way, pull it down tight, then we've got our first loop. Now to measure my second loop, I go around the nails again with the first loop in my hand, and then I take this end out to a pre-marked spot on the board, which is about 10 inches away from the center of this loop, so I know that my bottom rig's going to come out the same time. Twist the second one, or I should have said the same size at the same time. Take this end off, put it through the hole made by the twisting, pull it down this way and tighten it up, which doesn't work real good with parachute cord, but okay, now you've got 2 loops spaced about 10 to 12 inches apart. Then you basically put your bottom rig or your sinker holder on one end and a snap swivel on the other end, and you're good to go. You can also, the reason I have the bigger nails on here, you can also cut one side of this dropper loop. Okay, you've got a dropper loop like that, you can slide the hook on here, but if you want to, you can clip one end here. Then you'll have one piece of line coming out that's twice as long, and you can snell a hook to it or tie whatever your favorite knot is to attach the hook. That's what I use the larger triangle for. If I'm going to make a long dropper loop and I want a long leader coming out that I can snell a hook on, I use the second bigger set. If I'm just going to slide the hook onto this dropper loop, then I use the smaller set of pegs. And that's about as good as we can explain a pegboard without you being here to watch.